Hi, English 1105, and welcome to week 11. So for week 10, I had you do a second draft of the biographical research essay. I started reading them so far, and I think that they are improved, which I am very pleased about. But like I said last week, because I had you do a second draft, I scaled back a little bit on the persuasive essay that's due for week 11. So a few of you had questions about that for me. That I got via WhatsApp and messaging. So I wanted to just go over what we're doing in week 11. So in week 9, I said, look, you could write your persuasive essay on anything that you want. But we didn't really get anywhere with it because then I threw in the second draft of the research paper. So if you did not start that at all, I gave you a topic I'd like you to write about, which is based on John Holt's essay, School is Bad for Children. And the question is, based on that article, and that's the only article that you need for reference, you don't have to do any further research, just that article. Based on that article, do you think that attendance should be mandatory for children? Why or why not? And I think it's interesting, especially in light of this time in virtual learning, that attendance has been optional since the beginning. So you can think about your experience with that too. In the persuasive essay, however, you can't use the word I, which I know is kind of a bummer. It just has to be a general persuasive essay. Your name is on the top of that paper, so I know it's your opinion. So you don't have to say, I think, I know, or I believe. So some of you saw that I changed the assignment around a little bit, and I think like 2 or 3 of you were like, oh wait, I already had, a topic I was thinking about that I really wanted to do. Of course, if there is a persuasive topic that you were thinking about since week 9 that you want to go ahead with, that is fine with me, of course. My goal in changing this essay around was just to make the workload a little bit lighter for you. But if you're like, that would actually make my workload heavier because I already started something in week 9, then yes, go ahead and use the one that you were going to originally. So please go through week 11 modules, especially lecture. There are some things I want to show you there. So here we are in week 11 lecture. I saw that in the lecture, I added this little YouTube video about ethos, pathos, and logos, which some of you said was very confusing. So what I did up here at the top, Persuasive Strategies PowerPoint, I added just a PowerPoint of these persuasive strategies that I think might be easier to read and understand. And I also went through how to do a persuasive essay. So the purpose is to convince the reader to feel the same way you do about the topic. I talked a little bit about the thesis, and in this case, since it's a 5-paragraph essay, you will have a 3-point thesis, how you feel plus 3 reasons why, without the word I. So like in this case, if you did the attendance essay, you could say attendance should be mandatory for students or should not, because, and then 3 reasons why. And then you expand on each reason in your essay. So this kind of discusses that a little bit. And then I gave a PowerPoint about persuasive strategies, claim, big names, logos, pathos, etc., that I think might be a little bit easier to understand than potentially that YouTube video was. In your essay, the persuasive essay that you are writing this week, I would like you to try to use some of the persuasive strategies. So students always say, how can I use pathos if I can't use I? You can appeal to emotion without using I. You can give kind of like a scenario story. Imagine, a student who never goes to school and then they fall behind. You could do something like that, more general. But you don't have to use research for this. You can just refer to that article, School is Bad for Children by John Holt. Thing that I posted is just a thesis statement worksheet because I had a few questions about thesis. So you don't have to do this. This is just for your own brainstorming, essentially. But this just goes over how to write a thesis. You can brainstorm it a little bit, which I think might be helpful. So I'm going to take this from the top one more time. I will be reading your biographical research papers this week and giving you comments. Thank you for doing a second draft. the ones that I saw so far definitely are more on point of what I was looking for. And then for week 11, we're doing a persuasive essay. Again, I would like you to do the one on attendance if you haven't started anything yet. If you have started something, of course you can go with that. My goal is to give you a little bit less work because last week I gave you more work. So we are almost done. So after this persuasive essay rough draft, next week the final draft of the research paper is due. The week after that, the final draft of this persuasive essay is due. We are going to then do very short, I know that you're going to be a little bit nervous about this, but very, very short presentations like the one that I'm doing now via video. And then we are pretty much finished with the semester. So as always, please let me know if you have any questions. As you know, I'm not meeting in Newark at all anymore, and I am meeting the other campuses only one more time next week. So if you want to schedule a Zoom with me or a video chat or anything like that at any time, please don't hesitate to reach out. All right, have a good one. Bye-bye.